Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with a big opinion here. So, first thing I wanted to show you is we've collected more eggs. We're getting 4 or 5 of them a day now, and this is the first spotted egg that we've seen, and so we're pretty sure another one of our chickens has started laying. The one that started, her eggs are nice and tall, a nice olive color. Uh, one of our chickens laying a little bit smaller, more of a brownish tan color. And then we've eaten all of our uh, like rust color eggs. Uh, but that chicken is laying those. And so I wanted to talk today about, you know, what happens in a day, with me doing prepping stuff. And one cool thing I went out and bought. I think Cinder wants to be in the video. Maybe you can get off the counter. So we're still working out 6 days a week. Weight is staying pretty consistent. Numbers of different exercises are going up, and I'm feeling pretty good. Did go to a gun show this weekend, and wasn't there like, oh, we need to buy this, we need to buy this. It was more just kind of enjoying it. But I did end up buying a little 3D printed ammo box that is water resistant, and I thought it was pretty cool that they 3D print into it the kind of ammo that goes into it. They had every different caliber under the sun, and color options, things like that. So I've put a little bit in it. We can showcase this off for the ooh yippee, we're talking about guns and ammo crowd. And so sometime this week, when I get some money that I feel like making disposable money, we'll get another box to get that filled up. And we'll probably slowly buy more of these in different calibers. That way, it's I like it for the storage. I like it for the amount that it holds, and the little bit of protection. Going to the range would be really nice and simple. Loading up a bunch of these and just knowing. You could also do the same thing with ammo cans, and all of my ammo cans, I put a silver Sharpie on it and put what's in there. So this was kind of an impulse buy. The only thing that I would say is a downside to this is, say I had this sitting in the truck, and if it wasn't covered up, someone doing something nefarious could see this and go, ooh, I know what 9mm means. It's probably not full of 9mm socket sets. It's probably full of ammunition. And, if there's ammunition in the vehicle, then there's probably a firearm in the vehicle. Or if I wanted to do something bad, the person associated with that vehicle probably has a firearm. And, I need to act more aggressive. On the same note, it could be seen as a deterrent. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. And why I'm saying that, if you watch this and you made it this far, you should subscribe. Number go up good. You should like the video if you enjoy this stuff. You should share it with your friends and family. Do all those sort of things. I'm going to keep making these because I think they are informative, but that is completely up to you. you know, it's Sunday. We're in reset mode. I've got dishes I gotta wash, a baby to put to bed, you know, get clothes ready for work. And, you know, we're in a content phase. You know, I've got time for my workouts. Bills are paid. Money's going into savings. Money's going into fun stuff. You know, I'm able to entertain a 3-year-old. Am able to work out. You know, I did finally pull the trigger and I bought a rowing machine and I put a good 10-minute session in. Got the heart rate into that, you know, 130, 140 range, and it felt good. You know, according to this week, I was able to do 127 intensity minutes, which I guess I can make that go a little bit closer for you guys. You know, I hit my 127 intensity minutes, 17 of them being today. You know, that was spread out over a 4-day period because I don't always get the heart rate elevated on all of my workouts. But arms are looking good, legs are looking good, core's looking good, you know, still only seeing the top 4 abs. But, you know, we're just in a nice flow state, and we're gonna keep doing that. So, you know, I think a lot of this is a mental game. You know, I make a lot of videos talking about stuff on the news, and a lot of it can seem like, you know, some doom and gloom. But every once in a while, you just gotta tell yourself, whether out loud, in your head, write it on a sticky note, you know, control the controllable. We all got 24 hours in a day. You know, we put in, you know, work for our job. We put in, you know, studying and taking care of our body. You know, we're eating our meals and, you know, trying to be healthy. You know, we're spending time with friends and family and, you know, hitting as much of the, you know, fun stuff as we can. And, you know, it's, you know, 9:20 at night. Gotta be in bed by about 10 o'clock. And, you know, up at 6 o'clock, and, you know, we'll probably hit that 7.5, almost 8 hour mark of sleep. And we'll rinse and repeat. The next time we work out, you know, we're gonna hit our sets. We're gonna make our muscles work and be sore. I'm not sponsored by them, but I've been hitting my protein, and one of my most favorite things that I personally eat to hit my protein is these barbell protein bars. You know, basically when I run out, I go get some more. And the only one that I dislike is coconut, but I don't like coconut anything to begin with unless it's an almond joy. So we're gonna keep, you know, just keep on trucking on. And, you know, if you want my assistance on doing that, I can, you know, make some sort of more vloggy style video where I show all the things that I accomplish in a day. I can't really make you mentally feel the way that I feel right now, because I feel great. You know, taking my medicine like I'm supposed to, working out like I'm supposed to, you know, doing my job like I'm supposed to, taking care of my kid, doing all the sort of things, and, you know, still have time to get a game or two in a video game. Still have time to read a book. You know, a lot of decisions I've been making right now, it's based on a coin flip. You know, are we going to read for 25 minutes, or are we going to take a 25-minute bath? You're gonna walk on the treadmill for 25 minutes or walk outside for 25 minutes. The walking outside part's not that fun because, heat wave and all. It was 104 today. But, you know, you take the trash out, the trash can's full, you wash the dishes when you got a pile of dirty dishes, you cook food when you're hungry, you set a workout and you do your sets and your reps at the weight that you're supposed to do it, and we just feel good. So if you're in that same kind of mindset, awesome, more power to you. If you're not in that mindset, I would recommend getting involved in your community. Find a church that you enjoy. Uh, talk with your neighbors and those around you. Make plans and do the plans. And if you find something you don't like, don't do it. If you find something that you're uncomfortable with, do it more. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one.